For centuries, the Galactic Council has ruled as the highest authority in the galaxy. Formed in an era of turbulent conflicts among countless alien civilizations, its core mission has been clear: maintain peace, prevent war, and unite species under a common law. Composed of representatives from powerful races, the Council enforces peace treaties with an iron fist, controlling everything from military limits to territorial boundaries to ensure no single race becomes a threat to the galaxy's fragile stability. Humanity, the newest addition to the Council, entered the interstellar stage relatively recently. With a reputation as a resilient, innovative species, humans were respected but not fully trusted by some older races. Known for their rapid technological advancements and history of internal conflicts, humans have had to work hard to prove themselves. In a gesture of goodwill, Earth dismantled much of its old military infrastructure, maintaining only a modest defensive fleet as a show of peace and cooperation. This gesture, intended to build trust, led the Council to see humanity as a compliant, somewhat subdued member, one that could be managed. However, tensions surfaced on the remote colony of Kythera, a planet rich in resources and jointly inhabited by humans and an alien species called the Thraxis. Relations between the two races had always been complex, marred by cultural differences and occasional skirmishes. When a resource dispute erupted over mining rights, humanity raised a formal complaint to the Council, seeking a fair review of their rights on Kythera. But when the Council ruled, it chose to favor the Thraxis, dismissing humanity's claim with a vague citation of intergalactic stability. In reality, the Council's decision was influenced by lingering prejudices. Many Council members viewed humanity as a young, aggressive race better suited to yielding than resisting. Humanity's representatives pushed back, voicing concerns about the decision's impact on human safety in the area. But the Council held firm, insisting the ruling would promote harmony. The enforcement came swiftly, as Council troops intervened to uphold the ruling, instructing humans on Kythera to abandon certain key territories. Tension simmered to a boil, and in the chaos that followed, tragedy struck. A young human child was caught in the middle of an enforced relocation and was killed, labeled by the Council as collateral damage. When news reached Earth, the response was one of shock, sorrow, and ultimately fury. The Council's response was cold and dismissive, calling the incident regrettable but refusing further investigation. In matters of interstellar order, sacrifices must be made, Council officials declared. Humanity's outrage was brushed aside, their protests deemed an overreaction, and no reparations or accountability were offered. For Earth's leaders, this marked an unforgivable betrayal. The loss of a young life, especially one that could have been prevented, broke a bond of trust humanity had tried so hard to build. In quiet determination, Earth's leadership convened, and a decision was made. It was time to resurrect what had long been hidden, an ancient fleet of ships built during humanity's first encounters with the unknown threats of the galaxy. These ships, dormant beneath Earth's surface for centuries, were more than mere relics. They were humanity's ultimate line of defense, designed to unleash a fury that the galaxy had forgotten. And now, in silence, Earth prepared to remind them. Deep within the mantle of Earth, shielded by layers of rock and secrecy, lies humanity's hidden weapon, the Titan fleet. Concealed for centuries, it is a remnant of a forgotten era when humanity prepared for the worst, expecting hostile contact from a galaxy teeming with unknown threats. Constructed in the wake of Earth's early encounters with alien species, the Titan fleet was humanity's safeguard, a relic of an era when survival meant developing technology that could rival the powers of the stars. Unbeknownst to the rest of the galaxy, humanity's minimal defense force was a front. Their true arsenal remained buried in vast subterranean vaults on Earth and within fortified asteroid bunkers across the solar system. This hidden fleet was kept secret not only from other species, but even from most of humanity itself. Only a select group of leaders, bound by an ancient oath, knew of the Titan's existence. As the galaxy grew more peaceful and the Council established its peace accords, these warships became forbidden relics, their technology outlawed. The Council deemed such advanced weaponry unnecessary and destabilizing, tools of an age they sought to erase. But Earth's fleet was far more than obsolete machinery. Each ship was equipped with quantum weapons, designed to bypass conventional shields by destabilizing matter at the subatomic level. They could disable entire fleets, disintegrate defensive barriers, and disrupt energy sources with terrifying precision. Their hulls were reinforced with adaptive shields, able to analyze and resist incoming energy patterns in real time. Many of these technologies, once cutting-edge, were now so advanced that even the Council's finest weapons might pale by comparison. Beyond the firepower, the fleet's true strength lay in its intelligence. Each vessel was guided by a semi-sentient AI, designed not merely as a pilot, but as a protector. These AIs had access to centuries of combat protocols, strategies honed from Earth's bloodiest wars, and memories of the threats humanity once faced. Every AI retained a core directive: protect humanity at any cost. These ships, though dormant, were far from silent. They waited, holding centuries-old wartime codes, ready to awaken and serve their purpose. In a stunning broadcast that reverberated across the galaxy, Earth delivered a cold ultimatum to the Galactic Council. Humanity demanded the recognition of the child's death as a murder, reparations for their loss, and formal guarantees of human rights across all Council territories. Failure to meet these demands, the message warned, would bring a swift and overwhelming response. The Council, still reeling from humanity's boldness, dismissed it as a bluff. Humanity, they reasoned, was known for its primitive technology and would surely lack the power to challenge the combined might of the galaxy's foremost military forces. Earth's leaders, however, knew the truth. After centuries of silence, they gave the signal. Across Earth and within the solar system's asteroid belt, hidden bases roared to life. Long-dormant reactors thrummed, ancient systems powered on, and the AI cores of the Titan fleet reawakened. One by one, the ships rose from their silos and asteroid fortresses, casting shadows across planets and moons. To the Council, this was an unimaginable sight. The Titans of humanity's forgotten arsenal ascending, their dark forms a reminder of a past the galaxy had hoped to forget. But humanity had not forgotten, and the Titans were ready to fight. The first strike was swift and calculated. Earth's fleet, moving like phantoms in the darkness, emerged from the far reaches of the solar system and targeted critical Council outposts with chilling precision. Communication networks that once bound the Council's vast territories began to collapse, stations rendered silent by sudden attacks from quantum disruptors and precision weaponry. Council defenses, accustomed to dealing with small, manageable skirmishes, were unprepared for the force now sweeping through their networks. Humanity's initial show of power shocked Council forces. Alien species across the galaxy watched in disbelief as Earth's ships, previously considered relics of an archaic past, demonstrated a level of strength no one had anticipated. Outposts, which had stood for centuries as symbols of Council authority, fell in mere moments. The Council's attempts to defend their posts were futile. The precision and sheer firepower of Earth's armada were overwhelming. For the first time in generations, the galaxy felt fear, not of the Council's enemies, but of one of its own members. As reports poured in from across Council territory, a sense of dread took hold in the Council chambers. They had dismissed Earth's demands as an act of defiance from a species they had long thought to be compliant, even docile. But now, the realization struck hard. Humanity had been hiding something extraordinary. The peace accords, which had supposedly tamed Earth and its militaristic tendencies, had lulled the Council into a false sense of security. This was not the humanity they thought they understood. Panic rippled through the Council as it became clear that Earth's fleet possessed capabilities far beyond their own. Quantum weaponry, a technology the Council had banned, was deployed with terrifying efficiency. These weapons bypassed conventional shields, tearing through matter at the molecular level. A single quantum disruptor blast could render an entire fleet defenseless, shields crumbling as if they were paper. Alien defenses, honed over centuries to counter typical weaponry, were reduced to ash under the barrage of Earth's forbidden arsenal. Each strike carried a message, executed with cold precision by Earth's AI-guided ships. The semi-sentient Titans coordinated their attacks flawlessly, disabling entire Council fleets and severing supply lines. These AIs, following centuries-old protocols, knew exactly where to strike, and they did so without hesitation. Key Council facilities were neutralized, trade routes cut off, and resources vital to the Council's operations were seized or destroyed. Humanity was making its message heard across the stars. Earth's patience was at an end. In desperation, the Council attempted to mobilize their remaining defenses, but their strategies crumbled under the relentless onslaught. Earth's ancient warships, with technology and tactics unseen in the galaxy for generations, rendered traditional Council defenses useless. Every attempt at retaliation was met with brutal efficiency, leaving Council leaders in a state of mounting dread. Earth's ultimatum echoed across every Council channel. Human lives are not expendable. As Earth's fleet continued its assault, the Council's choices became stark. They could acknowledge the injustice they had done and yield to Earth's demands, or they could face the devastation of a full-scale war they were unprepared to fight. Humanity, once a symbol of peace and compliance, now stood as an avenging force, reminding the galaxy that Earth's silence had never meant weakness. The Council was left with one last choice: submit to Earth's demands or face the wrath of a species that had reclaimed its power and its pride. In the heart of the Council's chambers, panic reached a breaking point. With Earth's ancient fleet cutting a swath through their defenses, Council leaders ordered a re-examination of the oldest records, hoping to understand how they had miscalculated so badly. As scholars and analysts pored over classified documents, a truth emerged that many in the Council had long ignored or forgotten. Humanity had always been viewed as a potential threat. The records showed that, upon first contact, Council analysts had been wary of humanity's rapid advancements, its relentless drive to innovate, and a tenacity that bordered on aggression. Centuries of internal conflicts had forged humanity into resilient warriors, and in its early years as a Council member, Earth's technological evolution had been nothing short of remarkable. These traits unnerved the Council, who feared that unchecked, humanity might one day dominate the galaxy. The peace accords, while intended for universal harmony, had also been crafted to subtly limit humanity's military potential, nudging Earth to disarm and adopt a tamer approach to its interstellar role. But now, the Council's worst fears had become reality. Humanity's dormant strength had returned to the forefront, a power so formidable that it threatened the balance of the galaxy. The Council members were forced to confront the fact that, by stifling humanity's grievances, they had unwittingly awakened a force that could shatter their centuries-old stability. As Earth's ships loomed at the edge of Council space, a final message from humanity's leaders echoed across every frequency. Earth demanded one last opportunity for the Council to acknowledge its crimes and to offer reparations for the young life lost. The ultimatum was clear. Either the Council took responsibility and changed its ways, or Earth's Armada would continue its campaign, and the consequences would be dire. In an unprecedented address, Earth's leaders spoke directly to the Council's high command. Humanity, they emphasized, was reluctant to engage in violence. This show of power was not an act of revenge, but a demand for respect, for accountability, and for the basic protection of human lives across the galaxy. They made it clear, no life, especially not the life of a child, was expendable. The Council's dismissive approach to humanity's loss had crossed an unforgivable line, and Earth would not stand by. Facing their darkest hour, the Council finally relented. They called an emergency summit, agreeing to negotiate and meet Earth's demands. The lives lost in the campaign were enough to prove Earth's seriousness, and they now understood that their disregard for humanity's grievances could no longer continue. They capitulated, acknowledging their errors, and promised reforms to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. The Council pledged reparations and vowed to ensure protections for all species, regardless of size or history. As the Council yielded, Earth's ancient fleet, its mission fulfilled, slowly returned to silence. The ships withdrew from Council space, their engines powering down as they returned to their hidden sanctuaries within the asteroid belt and under Earth's surface. These colossal vessels, guardians of humanity's sovereignty, once again became shadows, reminders of a power the galaxy would not soon forget. Humanity, once viewed as a minor member on the fringes of galactic politics, emerged as a respected force. Other species, who had once seen Earth as passive, now viewed humanity with a new respect, and for some, a lingering fear. Earth's hidden armada became a legend, whispered about in council chambers, a silent warning that humanity's peace was never to be mistaken for weakness. From that day forward, the galaxy understood the Earth,